Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum dear students. How are you? I hope everyone is fine and okay. Today we are going to study one of the most important topic of the biology lesson, that is circulatory system, and it is belong to the 11th class. First of all, we are coming to the definition of the circulatory system. The system that circulate or transport the blood throughout the whole body is called circulatory system. This is the definition. We are coming functions of circulatory system. We have some function of this system. The first function is nutrient supply. Nutrient means foods. The foods in our body are supplied by circulatory system. And the second function, waste removal. When we eat the foods, these foods are used in our body. After that, some waste products are made from them, and these waste products must be removed from our body. So the circulatory system remove these waste products from our body. It is the second function of this system. And the third function is the regulation of the body temperature. We have a body temperature, normal body temperature, that is 37 Celsius. This temperature is controlled in our body by the circulatory system. And the fourth function of this system, transportation of the hormones. We have two regulatory systems in our body, which regulates all functions and activities of our body. From these two systems, we have the first system, that is nervous system, and the second system is the endocrine system. And endocrine system produce hormones, and these hormones regulate some activities in our body. So these hormones are transported to all body parts by means of circulatory system. And the fifth function of this system is immunity. We have some factors of immunity in our body, like WBC and other organs which make the immunity of our body against the microbes or foreign bodies or antigens, we can say. So the circulatory system has the function of the immunity in our body. In this system, we have blood, and blood has many types. From those types, we have WBC, and the function of WBC is immunity. And the last function, and this is the very important function of the body, which is the transportation of oxygen and carbon dioxide, or we can say the respiration. So these are all the functions of the circulatory system. After that, we are coming to the types of the circulatory system, that how many types do we have in this system. We have two types of circulatory system in living organisms. The first one is open circulatory system, or we can say, or we can abbreviate it like OCS, open circulatory system, and closed circulatory system. The second type of this system, that is CCS, we can see. What is different between them? In open circulatory system, we have some vessels and a structure like that. Just imagine it is the pump or our heart. The blood is coming from the heart and going to the tissues. Now, this system in this part, it is open. There is no connection between the vessels of the blood. So this part is open. Here is the tissue, we can say. So this type of circulatory system, we can say it is the open circulatory system. The second type of circulatory system, just think it is our heart, and heart pumping the blood, and this blood is coming to the tissues. In this part, the vessels are closed with each other. Here the vessels are open. So this type of circulatory system is named as closed circulatory system. We have many types of living organisms. Some of the living organisms have open circulatory system and some of them have closed circulatory system. So human or other living organisms have closed circulatory system. Human or we are the living organisms in which we have the closed circulatory system. So two types of circulatory systems we have. In closed circulatory system, the blood remains in the blood vessels. The blood doesn't leave the vessels. But in open circulatory system, there is a space. The blood is leaving the vessels of our circulatory system. So we can say that it is the open and that one is the closed circulatory system. After that, the parts. Which parts are consist in this system? We have three parts in this system, or this system is consist of three parts. The first one is heart, the main organ of this system. The second part is blood, and the third part those are vessels. Three types of vessels we have in these systems: arteries, capillaries, and veins. Okay, what are the arteries? Arteries are those vessels which contain the oxygenated blood, or we can say the clean blood. And after that, capillaries. Before capillaries, we have to mention this part or this type of the vessel. It is veins, or they are veins. Veins are those vessels which contains deoxygenated blood or unclean blood. And the third type of the blood vessels which make the network between the arteries and veins, these are called capillaries. For example, here we have pump, and the pump, it is heart. Heart is pumping the blood and blood is coming. Now this vessels which brings the blood to the tissue, they are called arteries. And the vessels which take the blood to the heart, these vessels are called veins. And here we have the tissue. In the tissue, the arteries and veins make a network. This network is called capillary or capillaries. Now, these are the parts of the circulatory system. And also we can say this system is named as cardiovascular system. The second name of this system is cardiovascular system. What does it mean? It means that cardio means heart, and vascular means vessels. So it is the second name of the circulatory system, or our body's transportation system's name. That is cardiovascular system. First of all, we are coming to the heart. We have to discuss the heart. What is the heart? Heart is a pump organ in our body. The function of the heart is pumping of blood. When it pumps the blood, blood goes throughout the all body and all parts of the body it goes. So we can say heart is located in our chest cavity. In our chest cavity, it is located between the lungs. We have two lungs for respiration. Lungs are the organs of respiratory system. So between these two lungs, the heart is located. And we have the skeletal system in our body. In the chest cavity, we have some bones. There is a long bone in our chest. This bone is called sternum, or the chest bone. So the heart is located under the sternum, or behind the sternum, we can say. So it is the location of heart in the chest cavity, between the lungs, under the sternum. If we come to the weight of the heart, in male, the weight is from 280 to 340 grams. But in females, it is different in weight. How much is it? It is from 230 to 200 80 grams. There is a little bit difference in the weight of the heart in male and female genders. Now we are coming to the structure of the heart. That heart is a pumping organ of the body, and it sends blood throughout all parts of our body. So it is a hard-working organ of our body. Now we have some structures in the heart. First of all, we are coming to discuss the structures of the heart. After that, we are going to discuss the functions of the heart. Now we are coming to the structures of the heart. We have some structures here, or the anatomy of the heart. So we can say that heart is a hollow organ or empty organ. The inner part or the inner area of the heart is empty. We have 4 chambers in the heart. How many chambers? 4 chambers. The first chamber, second chamber, this one is the third chamber, and the fourth chamber. And we have a muscular valve between these right and left sides. The name of this valve is septum. It is the muscular valve. So we can say our heart is like sphere, and the septums divides or separate these 2 chambers into right and left sides. Now in right side we have 2 chambers. The first chamber is in the upper part. This upper chamber or cavity is called right atrium. Why right atrium? Because it is in the right side of the body. And the same cavity or chamber we have in the left side. The name of this cavity or chamber is left atrium. Why left atrium? Because it is located in the left side of our body. And in the lower part of the heart, we have another chamber. The name of this chamber is right ventricle. What? Right ventricle. Why it is right ventricle? Because it is located in our right side. And the same we have in other side, the left ventricle. That is located in the left side. So we have 2 hemispheres in the heart, and these hemispheres are separated by some structures or valves. Right side has 2 parts, right atrium and right ventricle, and the same in the left side we have left atrium and left ventricle. And right and left sides are separated by a muscular valve that is called a septum. And we have some other structure in our heart. Those are valves. What are they? Valves. What is the function of the valve? Valve is a structure which doesn't leave something to backside. This structure allows something to one direction, like this. Look here, we have, just think it is a vessel. In vessel we have a valve. Now the blood is coming, so this structure leaves the blood to one direction. When the blood passes from this part, from this first part to the second part, after that this blood cannot return to the backside. It doesn't return. So the valve doesn't lead this blood to go to the backside. So it is the function of the valve. In heart we have valves. How many valves? 4 valves we have. 2 valves are in right side and 2 valves are in left side. First of all, we are coming to the right side. In the right side we have a valve that is between the right atrium and right ventricle with this green color. This valve is named as what? Tricuspid valve. What? Tricuspid valve. Tri means 3 and cusp mean part or door-like structure, we can say. If we look to if we look to this tricuspid valve from the upper side, we can see 3 parts here. 1, 2, 3, like this. These 3 parts, because of these 3 parts, the name of this valve is tricuspid. Why? Because we have 3 parts in this valve. And in the left side, we have a mitral valve, or also we can say bicuspid. What? Bicuspid. Bi means 2. Now, if we look to from the upper part or from the upper area, we can see 2 parts in bicuspid or mitral valve. No difference. Both of them are same, and these names are for the valve which is located between the left atrium and left ventricle. And also we have some vessels in our heart. It is the vessel which collects deoxygenated blood. Which type of blood? Deoxygenated blood or carbon dioxide. The blood which contains carbon dioxide. This blood is collecting from all over the body, and after that through this vessel it is coming to the right atrium. So the name of this vessel is vena cava inferior. What? Vena, V mean vena, C means cava, vena cava inferior. Vena means vein, and this vein consists of deoxygenated blood, and this blood is coming from our body. So the name of this vessel is vena cava inferior, and also we have another vein which collects the deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of our body, that is called vena cava superior. Inferior means in lower part, and superior means in upper part. Superior. So vena cava superior, the location of this vein in the upper part of the heart, and the vena cava inferior, the location is in lower part of the heart. Or we can say it collects the body from the lower parts of our body, collects the deoxygenated blood from the lower parts, and vena cava superior, it collects the deoxygenated blood from the upper parts of the body. So the name of this vessel, vena cava superior and vena cava inferior. And also we have some other vessel in the heart, pulmonary artery. Why pulmonary? Why the name of this part is pulmonary? Pulmonary means lungs. So these are the vessels which goes to the lungs, and from the lungs we have other vessels which comes to the heart. The name of those vessels are pulmonary veins. What? Pulmonary veins. Right and in left side we have. And the pulmonary artery, they are going to the right and left lungs. And we have a big vessel or artery which takes the oxygenated or clean blood from the heart and sends it to all parts of our body. The name of this large and big vessel or artery is aorta. What? Aorta. So these are the structures of the heart. Now we are going to discuss the function of the heart. We are coming to the functions of the heart. What is happening in our heart and how does it work? Blood, which type of blood? Deoxygenated blood. Deoxygenated blood is collecting in all parts of the body. After that, this blood is coming to the right atrium from lower parts of the body, and from our upper parts of the body, the vena cava superior collects the deoxygenated blood. Which type of blood? Deoxygenated blood with blue color. The deoxygenated blood passes or from the which valve? Tricuspid valve, and it is coming to the right ventricle. After the right ventricle, the blood is going to where? To lungs. For what? For oxygenation, to become clean. After that, the blood from the right ventricle passing the another valve. The name of this valve is pulmonary valve. We have written it. Which valve? Pulmonary valve we have. From the pulmonary valve, the blood is passing the pulmonary valve. After that, the deoxygenated blood is going to right lung and left lung. In lungs, we are changing the gases. Oxygen is going to our lungs and carbon dioxide is separating from our lungs and going to the atmosphere. So, in that case, the oxygen is combining with blood cells. Those are RBC with RBC. After that, we have the oxygenated or clean blood. Now the clean blood is coming from the pulmonary veins. Through what? Through the pulmonary veins. Now I am going to write the vector with red color. Why? Because it is the clean blood. From lungs through pulmonary veins sends the oxygenated blood and it is coming to the right side and to the right atrium. From right atrium, the blood passing the mitral or bicuspid valve. After that, the blood is going to the aorta. It is entering to the aorta. We have a structure or valve in this vessel or artery. The name of this valve is, what is the name of? Aortic. Aortic valve. Or also we can write like that. Aortic. No difference. Aortic valve, we can say. Through the aortic valve, the blood goes and entering to aorta, and after that, aorta sends this blood to all parts of the body. These are the branches which takes the oxygenated blood to the upper parts of the body, and this is the lower aorta which sends the oxygenated or clean blood to the lower parts of the body. So it is the functions of blood in our heart. Now we are coming to the structure of the heart. In the structure of the heart, we have three parts. The first one is the pericardium, and the second part is myocardium, and the third part is endocardium. If you look here, our heart is made from three parts. Three layers we have. Just imagine it is the first part, this one. After that, we have the second part with red color, and after that with black color, the third part we have. Three layers we have in our heart. The first layer is pericardium. Pericardium, this one, pericardium. The second part is myocardium, and the third part, pericardium, myocardium, and the third part is endocardium. Endo means inside. This layer is located in the inside of our heart. So our heart is made up of from these three parts. Now in pericardium and myocardium, we have coronary vessels. In these two parts, pericardium and myocardium. Myo means muscle. This is the muscular part of the heart muscle. It is the cardiac muscle, we can say. So the pericardium and myocardium. pericardium and myocardium is consist of some vessels, and the name of these vessels are coronary vessels. What? Coronary vessels. Coronary vessels we have. And endocardium we have which type of cells? Endothelial cells. Endothelial cells we have. What are the coronary vessels? Coronary vessels are those vessels which feed the heart. Now the heart is a hard working organ. It is working all over the life. It is not stopping. So the heart give the oxygenated or clean blood, nutrients, everything to all parts of the body, to all tissues of the body. Now the heart also need to these nutrients and the oxygen, everything. So how can the heart be fed? Heart can be fed by some vessels, and these vessels are located in the myocardium and pericardium. The name of these vessels are coronary vessels. And we have endocardium. Endocardium is the single layer of endothelial cell which is lining the heart from the inner part. So it is the structure of heart that our heart is made up of from 3 layers. Now we are coming to the cardiac activity. Okay, another thing that is very important, those are blood vessels. We have 3 types of vessels: arteries, capillaries, and veins. Arteries are those vessels which contain oxygenated blood, and veins are those vessels which contain deoxygenated blood. But we have some exception in the heart. What is that? For example, this is vena cava inferior. When vena cava inferior bring the deoxygenated blood to the heart, after that we have here an artery. And this artery that is called pulmonary artery, this artery, one branch of pulmonary artery goes to the left lung and another branch goes to the right lung. Now this pulmonary artery, it is artery, but it contains the deoxygenated blood. So it is the exception. All arteries contains oxygenated blood except the pulmonary artery. And we have veins. We talked about the veins, that veins are the vessels which contain deoxygenated blood. Now here we have some veins which bring the oxygenated blood to the heart. Now these veins, there must be deoxygenated blood, but these veins have which type of blood? Oxygenated blood. So it is the exception that pulmonary veins contain the oxygenated blood. So simply now we can say, in the definition of arteries and veins, arteries are those vessels which are going out from the heart like this. It is coming out from the heart and take out the blood to the outside of the heart. Or those vessels which send the blood from the heart, they are called arteries. And veins are those vessels which bring the blood to the heart, to heart and from heart, we can say. Veins and are arteries. Veins are the vessels which come to heart, and arteries from heart. So it is another definition. Okay, now we are coming to the cardiac activity. That what is the cardiac activity? We have 2 functions, relaxation and contraction. It is the muscular structure or the heart cardiac muscles we have, so they contract and relax. The contraction state of the heart is named as or called systole, and the relaxation state is named as diastole. For example, when the heart ventricles, right and left ventricle, contract at the same time, when they contract at the same time. So we can say that it is the which systole condition or state. It is in the systolic state. So the ventricles are contracted at the same time, simultaneously. At the same time they contract. When they contract, the oxygenated blood sends to the all body through the aorta, and deoxygenated blood is sent to the pulmonary or lungs. So we can say it is the state of the contraction state or the systole state. And relaxation state when the muscles are go to the relaxed state. When they go to relaxed state, they are filling with the blood. So that state is named as relaxation or diastole. Now we have blood pressure. The blood pressure is controlled by this contraction and relaxation. First of all, we are coming to the pressure. That what is the pressure? We have the formula of the pressure from the physics, that force our area. Now here we have the force. Force is applied by the ventricles, and area we have in the vessels. These vessels have an area. Now this force is applied on this area, and after that we can get a pressure, and the name of this pressure is the blood pressure. So in definition we can say blood pressure is the measure of force exerted by the blood on the wall of the arteries. On the wall of what? Arteries we have. When this force is exerted on the wall of the arteries, we can get the pressure of the blood. The normal pressure of the blood is 120/80 millimeter per Hg. It is the normal pressure. If we have the systole state, when the ventricles are in contraction, it sends the blood from the heart. This pressure must be from 110 to 140. So we can say it is the normal systolic blood pressure. And the diastolic blood pressure is from 70 to 90. We can say that when the ventricles are relaxed, they are filling with the blood, and this pressure must be, the pressure of the blood must be from 70 to 90 millimeter per Hg. So we have two types of blood pressure in the heart. The first one systolic pressure, and the second one is the diastolic pressure. And another issue in our heart, that is the control of cardiac activity. How the cardiac activity or this pumping, contraction and relaxation is controlled. This activity is controlled by some nodes. We have two types of nodes in our body, in our heart. The first one is sinoarterial node, and the second one is arterioventricular node. Why the name of this node is sinoarterial node? Because it is located in the atrium, in right atrium, near the vena cava inferior. Near to this part, it is the location. It is located in the right atrium. Because of that, the name of this node is what? Sinoventricular node. Sinoarterial node. We can say SA node. Sinoarterial node. S for sino, A for arterial, N for node. And arterioventricular node. Arterioventricular node is located between the right atrium and the ventricles. Because of that, it is located between the atrium and ventricles. So the name of this node is arterioventricular node, and it connects the left atrium to right atrium. At this part it is located, and we have some fibers which are going through these muscles, and it makes some electrical charges, and with these electrical charges the atrium and ventricle contract, and the cardiac activity is controlled by these nodes. So it was our today's lesson. If you have got any question, you can ask in the WhatsApp group. So have a good time.